Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, January 8th, 2013. This is Jennifer, because it's actually Sunday night. I am now working Monday through Friday, so Tuesdays are not my day off anymore, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to squeeze in Talk to Me Tuesday. So this week we're going to try it Sunday, and we're going to go from there. As you can see over my shoulder, and if you caught my post on Sunday, you might have noticed that I did finish sashing and piecing the blocks that were on the wall last week. This is actually only a half of the Harry Potter / magical blocks that I collected in 2006 or 2007, 2008, something like that. Anyway, two different swaps, Harry Potter themed, magical themed. This is half of them. I'd still like to put a border on this. I originally planned to make these a little bit bigger, but I ended up with 12-inch blocks, and what I did was the blocks themselves, the original blocks, were 10 inches plus seam allowance. I took all kinds of red scrappy fabric and I sashed all of the blocks so that they had a big wide sashing on them. And then I took my 12-inch square and I found where I wanted the tilt to be. So you can see where I have the blue painter's tape. This is actually this corner and this corner is how I lined up the blocks. I'll show you. So I actually lined up the blocks like that, and then I cut them so that when I was done, the block in the center was tilted just a little bit, but the block itself was square. So super easy way to do that. In order to get the reverse twist, I cut half of my blocks this way, and then I turn my ruler upside down and cut half of them this way, and that makes some of them tilt left and some of them tilt right. It's a very subtle tilt, but I think you can see it. And all of these were actually pieced by someone else. I've had a lot of comments on this guy right here. That Snape was actually appliqued by Jenny Floor. She is formerly known as Grain Damage. Her name's Jennifer. She was in the swap in 2008. She did both Snape and, let's tilt this a little bit, and Tonks right down there. So I also have blocks by Hardhead Cat, by a really nice girl named Anna, and a couple other people. I think I have somewhere in my collection, I have blocks by Clumsy Cord. I have a whole other set of blocks that will go into a different quilt at some point in the near future. That's actually on my to-do list for 2013. So back to my Sunday post on So Hooked. I did a big post about 12 for 2012 and where I ended up. I thought I was only going to have 9 projects done. I actually finished this one on New Year's Day. Even though it wasn't in 2012, it was my last 12 for 2012 that I got done. I'm fudging it a little bit. It's not done. It needs a sashing. It's to the next step. It was actually on my wall for a week before I touched it, but I feel like at least I got something done with this. I'd like to put some sort of border on it. I haven't decided what color. I don't know what kind of fabric. I would like another border on this, and then I'll go from there. I did finish 5 projects completely in 2012 from my 12 for 2012 list. I touched 10 of my projects, and by touched I mean I got them to whatever the next step was. If they were blocks, I got sashing on them and put them in a quilt. If it was a quilt top, I got it quilted. You know, some things just needed to be cut out. I got everything. I got 5 things done, 5 things to the next level, and I feel like that's a huge accomplishment. That's more than I did the year before, and I'm really happy about that. I tend to neglect my own projects more than projects I do for other people. So if I'm doing something either for pay or for charity or for a gift, I get those done. Things that I do for myself, I start them and then they end up in a pile, and I move on to something else that's more urgent as far as when I get it done, has a deadline or whatever, and so that kind of stuff ends up not getting finished. So that's what I was doing with my 12 for 2012 were my own projects. So for 2013, I have a lot of quilt tops like this one that either need borders or they just need to be quilted, and most of those are products of 12 for 2012. So my goal for 2013 is to take quilt tops like this and quilts that I have a couple that are bigger than this that just need borders or they just need to be quilted, and get those to the next level. I'd like to finish this year by having everything that was on my 12 for 2012 list completely 100% done. Not just to the next level, but completely done. I would like to start 2014 without any UFOs. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't mind UFOs from this year. If I start something new 2013, it can carry over into 2014, but I don't want anything from before 2012 to carry over into 2014. It's time to clear those out and move on to some new projects. So I hope you guys talk about your 12 for 2012 and what you got done, especially if you were participating from the very beginning. If you did one project or you finished 12 projects, I definitely want to know about it. And I'd love to hear what your goals are for 2013. What are you planning to work on? Are you doing any block of the months? Are you working on your UFOs? Are you doing crochet alongs, knit alongs? Whatever you might be doing. Speaking of block of the months, I would love to know if you're going to work on Not All Who Wander Are Lost, which is the Lord of the Rings block of the month taking place on Fandom and Stitches. I hope you guys went and checked out the first post. It went up on Friday last week. Lilia is hosting. The 3 blocks that she posted are absolutely fabulous. The format of this quilt is considerably different from any of the other ones we've done. I'm really excited about it. It's really cool, and it's definitely going to be a quilt to remember by the end of the year. So you guys definitely check it out and seriously consider participating if you're any kind of Lord of the Rings fan or you enjoy paper piecing at all. It's really fun to be part of something like this as it's going on. We have a Fandom and Stitches Facebook group. There's a Facebook page, which you're more than welcome to just like and be a fan of and enjoy. That's where we post our updates and things like that. But there's also a Fandom and Stitches group, so definitely jump in there and participate and talk to people and ask questions. You know, I'm working on this pattern, I can't figure this out, and there are loads of people in the group that will be helpful and talk to you. The designers are there, so if you have a specific question and you just need to know, hey Lilia, how do I do this? She will be there, she'll tell you. It'll be awesome. You guys just check it out, Fandom and Stitches. I will put a link for that Facebook group, or you can just go to Facebook and type Fandom and Stitches and you're going to find it. So I have a huge donation sitting on the table behind me that I want to show you guys. It's actually a donation that came from Mary in Oklahoma for the Linus Connection. She's been sending stuff to me and giving stuff to me for Linus for years now, and she sent a huge box in December. I mean, huge box. I'll show you the box. Huge box. Really huge box. This was crammed full of Afghans. There were 4 Afghans. There are giant piles of granny squares. There's a whole bag of fabric. So I'm going to show you guys that really quick. It's on my table down here. Also, I would like to point out that I got a new tripod for Christmas, and it has a pistol grip on it where it has a squeeze trigger where you squeeze it, and I can move my camcorder around. So we're going to demonstrate right now, and I'm going to show you guys the awesome stuff that Mary sent for the Linus Connection. You see on this table, you can see, oh, there's the table. On this table you can see a big stack of Afghans. In the back here you can see there's all kinds of crochet stuff. Let me move this so you can see a little better. There are quilt blocks, there are big crochet pieces that just need to be put together. This is a huge bag of fabric. And all of that is for the Linus Connection. Our next meeting is January 19th, 9 to 11 a.m. So if you guys are local or in the area, definitely check it out. TheLinusConnection.org. That is a link that's always in my description. So definitely have a look, learn a little bit about Linus, and check it out. If you knit or crochet or quilt, I challenge you this year to participate in a charity organization in your local area. Consider making something for a nonprofit that accepts donations that are handmade. So Afghans, hats, baby clothes. There are groups that make pillows for nursing mothers. They make adaptive clothing for cancer survivors and for soldiers. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So check out in your area, and I challenge you guys to do at least one project this year for a charity. I think it'll really amaze you if you've never done it before, how rewarding it is to use your crafty powers for good and to donate to charity. I've been volunteering for the Linus Connection for over 10 years now, and it is still one of the highlights of my month. Every month is going and getting together with the other volunteers and getting all of our blankets together and getting those out to the kids in our area that need them. Speaking of Linus, this is my project that's in progress right now. I am working on my ever favorite sideways shell, also known as the newbie blanket. It's on the Project Linus website. The Linus Connection and Project Linus are not affiliated, but we have a similar mission, and our blanket patterns are pretty much interchangeable. So this is one of my favorites. It's all greens. It's just whatever green I have, and I think it looks good together. And I've been crocheting while I've been watching TV. I watched a lot of good movies with my daughter over the break. We watched Love Actually and Bridget Jones' Diary and Sense and Sensibility. There was actually a little bit of a Colin Firth theme going on, but anyway, it was a good time, and we really enjoyed bonding and watching movies. And I did a lot of crochet and worked on stuff for the Linus Connection. That's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna get this guy imported into my computer and edited so that I'll have it up online by Tuesday. I hope you guys have a fantastic crafty week and do lots of awesome stuff, and definitely post a Talk to Me Tuesday. Comment, let me know what you guys want to see this year, let me know what you're working on, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.